Hi everybody, my name is Reverend Graham Williamson. I'm an international evidential intuitive medium psychic. The date today is September the 3rd, 2023. This morning a strange thing happened to me. I've been catnapping this morning before I woke up, so I kept waking up, going to sleep, waking up. And as a habit, I tend to look at my cell phone and watch short videos and looked about Maui and see some recordings and all the tragedy that was happening there. And I saw part of a clip that showed something zooming across the sky in a light lit up cloud that was parallel to the ground, and in that cloud something was moving at a phenomenal rate from left to right. Something was moving at light speed, and I went back to sleep. Then I woke up a bit later on to something unusual. I'm laying down fast asleep on my right side with my eyes closed, but something woke me up which was different from anything I've ever experienced before. I felt the mattress vibrate for 3 to 4 seconds. Literally, it woke me up. But I didn't open my eyes. That's important. My eyes kept shut. And as I said to my wife, who was sitting next to me watching the telly, video clips, YouTube, I said, "Can you feel that?" She said, "What?" I said, "That vibration." She said, "No, it was you vibrating." I said, "No, it wasn't me, it was the bed that was vibrating." So I said, "Hang on a minute, I'm seeing something now." She said, "What?" I said, "I'm seeing a square of light tube, all 4 individual sides with a little gap. Now remember, I'm laying on my side with my eyes shut, and from the right of this cube, outside, passing through and going to the other side, were letters, numerous letters, and they're literally from the top coming down all the way, going from right to left. Thousands of them, thousands of letters. And then I managed to see about 1/3 of an inch down, if it was an inch square. I saw this 2 words, BE space YOU, BU. What the heck? And all these letters, and then the letters started coming out of the box. Letter N, Z, all these different letters coming out in straight lines, but whizzing past me. I thought, what? And then I started seeing shapes, tetrahedrons, squares, equilibriums, cubes, triangles, you name it was in this box. But all these letters are still going through. Then I've seen wavelengths vibrating. I mean, there's so many things happening in this 3-dimensional box that I only saw the front of it. I knew it was a box. Don't ask me how I know. I just knew it was a box. But I was seeing all this information, but it didn't make any sense. I knew the vibrations were there. I knew the shapes were there. And and I'm telling Sandy, my wife, who's sitting there, because she paused what she was watching. And it was something about opal mines. My guy who does opals. And she's doing all this stuff. And she paused it and says, "What?" And she knows I need to vent what I've picked up. So I said, "I've seen all these shapes and vibrations and all this sort of stuff." And she says, "Oh, 30 seconds afterwards, guess what comes on TV on gear?" She just happened to have it on gear at that time. About the monks in Tibet drawing the mandalas, all about vibration and energy and colour, all are interlocked. Each colour is of a different vibration, and the shapes are designated by that particular vibration. So any vibration could have umpteen colours in it to make that shape. And then they showed a picture of a vibrating plate with what appeared to be white sand on it and the vibration, and it makes a gorgeous pattern. And guess what? It was similar to some of the patterns I'd seen flashing through my head. I go, what the heck? What's this? And then they started talking on another program that appeared on the TV about neuroelasticity of the brain. What's that got to do with what I dreamt with? That'll be revealed. There was a quote about a German doctor years ago. I think the name was Wolf. Maybe wrong, something like that. Remember, I was half asleep, just waking up with all this going through my head, so I wasn't really paying much attention outside. But evidently this guy did a hemispherical removal in a dog's brain, took completely one side of the brain out of this dog, and the dog was okay. It was running around, playing with its mate, going on the beach and everything. He said because the part that was left in the dog, in the brain, had reconnected new synapses, new connections. And the dog was perfectly fine. Years ago I was told that the brain cannot reconstitute brain cells. When the brain cells die, that's it. And that's why they were saying you get dementia and all this sort. And I never believed that. Because I know that the body could reconstitute just about 99% of itself over time. It may get old and wrinkly and you get aches and pains and all the rest of it, but the body's reconstituting itself, which is why a healthy diet matters. But the whole point of this dog doing what it was doing and the neuroelasticity, I'd never heard of it before, made sense about the brain picking up energy waves and creating these within itself, within the brain. Then I started thinking out of that box of what the person was saying. I said, well, our images are all to do with vibration that emanates from our brains, our super brain bits that we don't know what it does. We know about the conscious self, the subconscious and the superconscious. But I like to say the brain's made up of 10 compartments. I don't know where that stemmed from when I was a kid, but 10 compartments. So being electrical beings, we have the north and the south. We're batteries, basically. We have an energy which forms our auric field. And people either like your field or they don't. They feel attracted to you or they don't, which is fine. Everybody is on their own wavelength, emanating from their spirit. And as I was describing this to Sandy, Sandy said, you know, I don't understand. And I didn't. But she needed to do something, so she got out of bed. Well, off the bed, she was sitting on it. I went and did something else. So I found out one of my very good friends. Her name's CC Schatz, who does Going Solo Network. And I have my own show, Dare to Dream, on there. And I was talking with her. And on about vibration and shapes and all this sort of stuff. And she says, why is it that you feel connected with other people or not? I said, oh, that makes sense. This vibrations energy that we emanate from within us resonates with people or not. But there's a punchline. That emanation that you feel positive or negative to, I'm not saying it's bad for you, it's just that it doesn't resonate in a way that you feel comfortable with. I said, that actual energy that's hitting yours is unlocking something within you. It's opening something that was sealed. People say you learn from your experiences. And sometimes, how do you know so much? Like this stuff that unfolded this morning. I don't consciously know of it. I was not aware of it. It's just that this morning it happened and I'm trying to record it so I don't forget it for later. And if I can share it, somebody can make sense of it for me, because I honestly have no clue. But what I saw and what I felt resonated with Cece, and we were talking for about 50 minutes. And then I said, I've got to stop, because it's like a microdot of information suddenly opened up in my head and filled the whole house of information. And I've got to try and make sense of it. Or I'm going to try and make sense of it. Because that energy within me was stimulated by what I saw when I was laying on the side. What was all those shapes about? And then I saw a video clip. This is just before I spoke to Cece. But those shapes I mentioned appeared on one of the programs, one of the videos Sandy was watching on Gear, about the certain shapes, when put inside a cube, amplify its strength and support the cube. And we've seen buildings now with all these weird triangular shapes and frameworks around them. You know, they are architectural, I can't even put the words in, they're fantastic. But those shapes support the frame with which they are in, which is like the energy waves coming from you and other people, and every living thing, non-living thing, everything around us emanates energy. We may not be consciously aware of it, but we feel comfortable in our homes because we put things that make us feel comfortable. And you know when somebody brings something, oh, that's horrible, take it out. That energy resonates with you or not. I wear colours, a lot of colours, because I love colours. I don't have a colour that I like. When I do my readings, I tend to go more for the reds. But in this case, I've got a green shirt on, but I've got brown, I've got all different colours. But the energy is what I'm on about, that vibrational pattern. When I saw on the TV, again this morning, was about the mandalas being drawn in Tibetan monasteries. Each colour is a vibration in a shape that resonated for the person creating it. And all these different mandalas have a message. What I saw in that cube, with my laying down and waking up with my eyes shut, was a mandala, for want of a better phrase, just of dull light. It wasn't bright and beaming, it was just a normal ambient colour over a black background. But seeing all those letters, they weren't all words. I only saw 2 words. But I saw so many different vibrational shapes that still fire me up, still make me feel there's something more in that. And I'm hoping what I'm saying in this recording, somebody can go, yeah, I can go along with that and amplify it. I hope so. Because I personally, as Graham, have no flipping clue what it's about. I just know there's a connection between colour, vibration and our living beings, ourself. And when you encounter an energy that resonates with you, it opens up that which is already dormant and hidden within you. I use a phrase in my shows called self-enlightenment. Think about it. Inside myself, there's a light. I have to find a switch to open it. Oh, now I remember that. Oh, now I can experience that. Now I understand that. What I saw this morning on my bed was way above anything I've experienced before. But I hope you understand you are a vibration, and if you feel comfortable with what I'm saying, you'll watch it. If you don't, you'll say goodbye or just disappear. It doesn't matter. If I can reach one of you to say, you go with it. If you can give me feedback, positive feedback, I'd be obliged. I do have an email, thebrit, THEBRITT77 @hotmail.com. Or you can go to my show, Dare to Dream, on Going Solo Network, and leave me a text. Go on Facebook and send me a message. Look for Graham Williamson. I am trying to figure out what this message was. what it means. But I don't want to be centred and focused on just one little thing of it, because it's very important that I leave speculation, I leave openness without limitation. I have to leave it all open. If I focus on one piece, I lose the rest of it. Because when you look at a pattern, you tend to say, wow, you see the whole pattern, it just makes it fantastic. But if you look at one piece, you forget what the pattern's about. When you meet somebody, you find so many depths within them. And like my wife and I, we're on so much compatibility. It's scary sometimes in a wonderful way. Because she is my rock, my foundation. Because I interpret it that way. It's not a must. It's just I feel comfortable with saying it that way. My wife helps me evolve myself. And she sees how happy I am, or if I'm not happy, she'll tell me, what's up? Or ask me, what's the matter? You see, we work together. Sorry, I've got a lot of... I need to calm my breathing down because I'm trapping winds, being so excited. But you see, what I want you, the viewer, the listener, is to remember one thing. I also mentioned, this is how it's gone all morning, I also mentioned about vibration, and the ears tend to be more important, excuse me, than the eyes, because the ears vibrate and touch the pineal gland, which is the most important, one of the most important glands in your body, in your brain. And as soon as I heard about the pineal gland, and I said, what about all these deaf and blind people? How can they communicate? And lo and behold, literally 2 minutes later, they're on about the way sensitivity and vibration helps a mother touch a child if she's blind or deaf, and see and feel and experience the bigger picture that the feeling through the hands or wherever they've got the child next to the body, and they can feel the child's relax or tight, and they form an image in the mind's eye. Think about it, the mind's eye. Because of the pineal gland and all this vibrational stuff's going through, they might not hear it as sound as we understand it, but they feel the vibration. And those vibrational waves give a picture. As I said this morning, I was woken up by a vibration 3 or 4 seconds. And in that vibration, all this burst out. So I can fully understand what the symbology of the meaning of what that show had about deaf and blind people. But I stated it seconds, like 30 seconds beforehand. I'm going, where did this come from? I know I'm connected with spirit, but this is way above spirit form, in my opinion. And I'm excited that I have tapped into something. I don't want to be limited. People say, what do you do as a medium? Can you do clairvoyant? Can you do this? Will you do that one? Will you do this? I say, I do what's needed. What I needed to do this morning from being woken up and experiencing all that is to convey it to other people, record it and give it to other people. I'm hoping somebody can help make sense of this, because I feel after Maui and that light zooming past, my terminology is light speed or above, and it went wrong. Why don't the officials actually state those bodies that they've found and share that with the public? None about thousands being missing, including children. If they say what they've found, then other people can assist finding the missing people. But there's no information coming out. It's been blocked. I've seen videos this morning of sheets going up that block view from the road, and they've got official cars every many hundred feet, so nobody can stop and look over the fence. Why? You see, the vibration at light speed is beyond anything we've experienced knowingly. But we are far more than just that. We are far more knowing than we realise when we accept the vibrations around us are there to guide us, whether positive or negative. You have abilities, each of us have abilities. We vibrate for whatever purpose we're here for. This is my pattern, this is my energy, this is my shape. But we all have our own shapes, all have our own energy, vibration. And the more you trust yourself from that self-enlightenment that I mentioned earlier, helps you become more clear, more concise, precise in what you're sharing. I'm now working at a level that I've calmed myself down a bit. But I wrote this phrase a few weeks ago. Every one of my yesterdays brought me to this moment today, to choose for a better tomorrow. That was came to me in a dream a couple of weeks ago, and I wrote it down. You see, something's working through my subconscious or superconscious or whatever part is being tapped into by whatever energy vibration working through it. I don't know what it is, but something's opened up something within me that makes sense. Those shapes are there geometrically to give information. Patterns are there to give information, whether it's visual or audio or whatever. We live in a world that's material, but there's nothing solid in this world. And again, this is another thing that I was saying before it came on the TV this morning, that we don't actually see anything solid. We interpret something when we touch it, like my skin. I can feel it is solid, but it's not. It is made up of holes. There's a little bit of material, the rest of it is energy fields, vibrating energy fields. We are made up of all these holes. Everything is made up of all this energy with holes. I'm sorry for the interpretation. I'm not a scientist. But if that's true, even part of it, we are limiting ourselves by what we've been told is 100% correct. Nothing is 100% correct. There's only one thing I guarantee that we're all going to experience, and that is change. I've changed remarkably from being a drunk, failed marriages, being shot at, and all the things that have happened to me in my youth. I survived for a reason. My best friend took my warship. My ship that I should have gone on was HMS Coventry at the start of the Falklands War. I was going through divorce issues. I had to go to court. My best friend, who I trained to be equal, if not greater than me, in job in the Navy, he took my ship behind my back and never came back from the Falklands. He died there. And that is one thing I use in a positive manner. I was kept alive for a reason. I still don't know fully what it is, but I do know part of it is to communicate the ability each of us have innate within us. We call them gifts. I'm a medium for a reason, because I don't consciously think what I'm going to say to you. It's not preemptive, it's not written down in a book and said, you know, this is it. I don't do that. You've seen from the start of this video to now, it's not planned. Nothing's planned, but everything's merging and it's becoming a clearer picture as I'm progressing. I understand about vibration, I understand about UFOs. I've seen them. I was told it by the Navy. I never saw that. You didn't see that for years. I know what I saw and I still can relate it perfectly today, because I listen to me, not them. My image is clear within me, not the one they're drawing. When I see Maui, I'm only using Maui as an example, people. It's not the reason I'm doing this. It's part of the reason. But Maui is an experiment that went wrong. on a new type of energy weapon. It may not have been created as a weapon, but it might have been. But what I'm seeing is that they're trying to make something. They have no understanding of what it can do. They only seen a limited use of what they intend it for, and it got out of control. It's a bit like a nuclear bomb, isn't it, really? We have little nuclear bombs within us, within our energy cells and all this, and they're all exploding and producing energy. But energy cannot be destroyed, it can only be changed. So with that in mind, you can change any moment, and are changing every moment. That's why as you get older your body starts sagging like that, because those energy cells are getting a little bit more relaxed as you get older. We call them wrinkles, I call them laughter lines. And the skin's getting a bit more elastic. And you get more of a punch on your tummy as you get older. I'm over that brackets prime of life, but now I'm living in prime life. Because I'm understanding all that hardship in my past, as I said, every one of my yesterdays, etc., has made me much more clear that I need to communicate everything that I see, feel, hear and sense and taste. So I hope somebody will contact me on email, thebrit77@hotmail.com, THEBRITT77 hotmail.com, or Facebook, Graham Williamson. Look up for my face, you'll see me. I'm wearing a Doctor Who outfit on my picture. I'm an officiate, wedding officiate, as well as being a medium and psychic. And if any of you got some information that can help clear and clarify what it is I've seen, and I don't take drugs, I don't drink artificial flavours or anything like that. It's not a brainstorm, it's just images that were shared from whatever worked through me. That vibration worked through me this morning and gave me these pictures, gave me this information. Think about it. That plate vibrating at certain resonance formed an image. That vibration this morning formed these images this morning. It's like a cue card code. As I said, there's far more information in that, and hopefully I'll be able to tap into it another time. But please give us a call or message. I'll be obliged. And have a great day. Oh, nearly forgetting. Woo, stop. Today's date is 09/03/2023. And as I said to CC this morning, it's the 3rd day of the 9th month. That number, or those numbers, were very significant for some reason. I still don't understand it. But if anybody knows the meaning of numbers, 3, 9 makes 12. Which, when you add 1 and 2 together, the 12 makes 3. And it's a 7. And it keeps on going round. I'm not bothered about the 2023, but I only pointed out the 9 and the 3. I don't understand it. Maybe you can. And if you want to give me a call, leave a voice message on 352-409-1060. That's Florida, USA. 352-409-1060. If you don't leave a voice message, I will not answer. And if you want to be negative, I won't reply. I need positive feedback to help other people, not negative. If you want to be negative, look at yourself. You create your own world. I want to be here to help other people positively. Have a wonderful day. Happy holidays. Thank you. Bye for now.